Belladonna, our next interview. Belladonna.
it. I would have done it. I would have done it because he
For
said
everybody else.
because he said I want this. I'm like, okay, you know what?
Check, check, chickadee, check, check, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Belladonna will be interviewed by Nina Hartley coming up soon. Check, check. Just keep it cool and hang tight. I'm going to be here with Nina till about midnight. So there's a lot of content coming your way, guys. A lot of content coming your way. That's right, Belladonna. She's coming up next. So stick in there. It's going to be good.
red carpet pass, your wristband, everything. Don't lose it.
Okay.
Okay.
Always one of my favorites, man. I still own all your VHS tapes. Go way back.
Oh, yeah. Ginger Kira. She's the media person behind the whole SexWise branding thing that I've been doing for a year, and now we're in a point of seeking funding. We have investor deck, and
You looking good? All right, Nina, we're gonna go live. All right, Nina, here we go.
hey, here you go. No. Testing, Nina, testing. Okay.
All right, this is going to be my volume. Can you hear me? This is Ginger Lynn right now. How's it working for you? Is that good?
I got a great crew, don't I?
Now, all the music going on, it's really hard for me to hear. So when you ask me something, yell!
Okay, I will. See, all those years in the club, I was wearing earplugs.
You know, I wish I had. 'Cause I've lost about half my hearing and I love deer. Something 213 years? Are we? Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. You want it more here?
I can't take her anywhere.
What? I didn't know what he wanted, so I just...
You know what? I'll tell you a little bit about the social media. This is going to be you and me having a good time over old time's sake. Because when you think about it, we have 52 years between us in porno. I'm 51. You're 43? Yeah. Yeah. Are we on? Oh!
We're on?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello, I'm Nina Hartley here at Exxxotica, LA, July 9, 2010, and I have with me the one, the only, of course, Ginger Lynn. I know you're in the chat room. We'll be taking your questions, but Ginger and I were just talking about old time steak. I have some of my best. When I got in the business in '84, Ginger had been in the business since late '83.
December 9th, 1983 is when I
And
made my
mine March
first
22, '84. So 4 months ahead of me. She's already a star on the way up. So fast forward to summer of '84, 10 Little Maidens.
That was our first film that we ever worked on
We're
together.
right.
But
And so it was a big movie. It's shot on film. There was Ginger Lynn, myself, a very young Amber Lynn, was still dating Jamie Gillis, Alicia DeLeo, and Janie Robbins.
Janie Robbins.
Janie Robbins, the 5
Yes.
women.
And then there were the 5 men. We had, who did we have in it? We had Harry Reams,
Harry Reams,
Joey Silvera,
Jamie Gillis,
Jamie Gillis.
Harry Reams.
I said Harry. Harry
Okay.
was my man in the film.
Right.
There were 5 major female porn stars.
Richard Pacheco.
Yes.
And Paul Thomas.
And Paul Thomas.
And Paul
That's right.
Thomas.
That's
So,
right.
It was a takeoff on 10 Little Indians, and so it's a murder mystery, and we're all here at a big estate, and people die fucking different ways. And I play the French maid. I'm brand new. I am like, I was glad to be there. And so Ginger's on the set, and she's already in only 4 months. This is 1984. Vivid had not quite started yet.
No, Vivid
Not
hadn't started. It was
but
still when
soon.
everything was shot on film.
Yeah.
Video was just coming into play.
And Ginger, of course, was the one and only girl next door type with a sex appetite of someone not from a girl next door, which was her,
Me?
which was and is your appeal. And so, so she had a day off in the middle of shooting, 5 days. She had a day off in the middle of shooting, and she went and picked up a quick $500 for a DP. And those days, by '84, $500 for one scene. I was paying $500 for a whole day.
You have an amazing memory.
I was
You
sober
have
the
an
whole time.
amazing memory. What I remember now, the scene that you and I are in, was the Tom Jones scene. It's at the table,
Yes.
the food table, and you've got all 10 of the stars there. And I'm wearing this pair. I'm wearing panties that had a cock sewn into them. There was a dildo.
I didn't know
so
that.
the whole scene when
No way.
when we're eating, I'm wearing these panties, and the cock is inside of me, and I have to play it out. You know, I'm not supposed to move, not supposed to wiggle.
I don't remember that.
And I remember you and I didn't get to have sex, except you had a daikon radish that you kind of played with me a little bit.
Right.
The most memorable part of that scene for me was Jamie Gillis, and it was dating Amber Lynn, and there was this
Suckling pig.
a pig on the table with the apple in its mouth, and Jamie's got Amber pushed on top of the pig, and he takes his hand inside of the pig and takes the lard, I don't know, it's nasty, and smears it all over Amber's ass. And just goes, oh, that was bad enough. Then there's a scene that Jamie, he's supposed to jerk off into the salad to
Right.
make the dressing. Jamie is in the kitchen fucking the dead chicken.
Yes.
He was sick and fucked up.
He's a sick and fucked up. So there's a big giant orgy, and I'm the maid. Jamie's the butler, and I'm the maid. And they're fucking here, and Jamie's like, and then this poor Ginger in the corner, so I go over to keep her company, so she's like, and so people say, wow, what does Ginger taste like? It's like beef gravy? And then afterwards, you're from Rockford, right?
Rockford, Illinois,
Illinois.
yes.
So afterwards, Ginger's been in business 6 months, is going, oh my God, she's in the fountain in the courtyard taking a bath, and it was just too weird for you.
I did freak out a little
You
bit.
did, yeah.
It was, we shot at W.C. Fields, that was
Yes, in
his
Eagle Rock.
mansion in Eagle Rock. And it was kind of,
It was weird.
I was new enough that things freaked me out. Today, there's very few things that I would freak out about, but just to see somebody fucking over a pig, the lard, the whole thing.
I thought the pig was on top of her. She was on top of the pig.
Eventually, he split the pig open and put the pig on top of her. I'm not sure if that's when I went out into the fountain, but I wasn't disgusted. I was just freaked out. So I went outside, and I remember I'm in W.C. Fields water fountain, and I'm just sitting in the fountain, butt naked, taking a little bath.
Right. I came out to see if you were doing okay. And then, of course, again, I'm not a big star, and so now
Yes, you were.
the next year in Vegas. So that would have been January of '85 or '85.
Was that in Vegas or was that
Vegas,
in Chicago?
at the Sahara Hotel.
Okay.
The shop. And so, Ginger Lynn, and she goes into the store, buys a pair of leather pants and a beautiful sweater with a mink collar, and it's dropped $500 on an outfit.
Well, you know
I
what?
was still buying $20 dresses and cutting it off in a minute. I mean, I didn't know anything about any of this. So you were the first big star. I mean, you with the prestige and the mojo and the paycheck to go with it. And it was like,
Well, you know what it was? It was exciting for me. I grew up in a very, very modest home, and by that, we were low income. My entire
5 people, 1 bathroom.
Yeah, well, we had one bathroom. We had one closet. We had the 2 bedrooms. My sister and I shared one. My parents one the other. And the closet was open on both sides. So if you looked through and opened it, put the clothes apart, you'd be looking into my parents' room.
Oh.
So no, I would never do that.
Never.
So for me to all of a sudden be working, and I was working every day. I still have my original schedule with every day that I worked, everyone that I ever worked with.
I wish I'd done
how
that.
much I was paid.
I wish I'd done that.
And I was working 28, 30 days a month. And so I would, for the first
20
time,
grand.
I had money, and it was so exciting and so fun. And I remember everything I bought. I remember the first pair of shoes I spent $100 on. It was just very exciting for me.
Okay. Okay. I'm talking loud. Thank you. Okay, I will. So SexWise is Sex Education 3.0. And so I know you've helped a lot of couples because I know you have a lot of couples who are fans.
I do. I have a lot of couples, a lot of women.
So what are the kinds of things that they share with you when they come up? They, oh my God, Ginger, you're our favorite. And what kind of stories do they share with you?
I think people share, because I'm kind of nice sometimes, not always. people feel comfortable talking to me about a lot of different things. The favorite thing that I think I hear from couples is when I first got into the industry, everything was shot on film, and it was the raincoat crowd, and that there weren't a lot of people, that there wasn't even video. It was just beginning to come out. So video came out, and you would go into stores and they would have entire ginger sections. And prior to me getting in the industry, and I don't mean this I'm not putting anybody down, there weren't a lot of pretty women in the industry. Seika was beautiful, Vanessa Del Rio was there, but a lot of the women looked like they did what they did. And I think that there's more appeal to have what you can't have. So if you could buy a girl on the corner for $20 and you watch her fuck on film, it's really not that exciting. But if you see the girl next door on film doing all of these naughty things, and I could do anal and double penetration.
And you like naughty things. So that's the thing. The hottest orgasm I ever saw you have was in, oh my God.
Well, think about that. But what I found was
the DP with Tom Byron and
New Wave Hookers.
Thank you.
New Wave Hookers.
And that seemed so hot, and you had the most amazing orgasm, and then they kept fucking. It's like they should have cut to the
after
pop.
After the orgasm, that's
cut to the pop. And they it was great. You had boom, and you had a real one, and then it kept going.
Let's fuck some more. But on that note, I did things that a lot of women wouldn't even think of doing, much less they wouldn't want their husband watching it, or they wouldn't watch it. So for me to have that girl next door look at the enthusiasm of a slut, but looking like the girl next door, the thing that couples have told me that I feel proud of is that a lot of women would now, they will come up and say, I love watching porn because you're in it. And men will tell me, you know, my wife will now do anal. She will try this, she will do that. Because it's not naughty, it's not dirty, it's not wrong, it's
if you like it, both want it, what's the problem?
Well, but sometimes you would see people doing scenes where you know they're not enjoying themselves. I really, truly enjoyed everything that I did.
Are you saying you're a bit of a freak, Ginger?
Me, a freak? No.
No?
No.
Do you have any questions for Ginger?
Has the great Nina Hartley and Ginger Lynn worked with Lucius Lopez? Is that how you say that?
Who?
Lucius Lopez?
Luscious Gomez. I have not.
Luscious Lopez. Have I done a scene with Luscious Lopez? Is that you know, I've never done a scene with Luscious. I met her. I was actually dating a porn star at the time. And I'd never seen, the first porn star I ever dated, so I had never seen my man fuck somebody else. And I flew to San Francisco. It was for kink.com, and I met Luscious on the plane, who was the girl that my man was about to fuck. And I thought I was going to be, I thought I was going to be freaked out. She was so nice and so beautiful and so sexy that I ended up getting turned on watching the scene, so much so that Shawn Michaels, who was on the set ready to do another scene, I had to go in the bathroom and fuck Shawn because I was turned on watching my man fuck Luscious. So I have not had the pleasure of fucking Luscious.
And I haven't either.
But someday.
Yeah, someday Luscious. Anything else, Hawk? So I last featured danced in 2002. When was your last feature?
I retired in 2002. I did my last dance. We had a huge party in Colorado Springs.
Yes, at the
Appaloosa.
Show.
Did you do it? We had people, it was snowing out. I flew in 30 of my friends and their partners. Everybody was there. And I did my, we had a comedian up on stage, Doug Stanhope. We had a really wonderful time. And I thought, well, I'm going to go out with a bang and try not to get arrested. So what we did is I bought these giant tarps, and everybody that came into the club got a plastic spoon. I think Chloe came up on the stage. Chloe covered me with chocolate sauce, ice cream, whipped cream, and cherries. And I'm covered with it all over, and everybody that was there got to come up with their spoon and eat a little bit of ginger.
Oh my God,
it was so much fun. It was, you know, you could only, eventually you need to hang up your G-string. You can only do it for so long. And it was time. You know, I toured for 13 years. I was stripping.
15 years, yeah.
Living out of a suitcase, living on the road. I had the opportunity to meet some wonderful, wonderful fans. It was just fantastic. And
I love entertaining. I miss being on stage. I don't miss the travel. I don't miss the smoke. I don't miss the loud. I don't miss the drunks. But I miss dancing. I do.
I miss walking out and everybody that's there is there to see me, and the tease and the play and the seduction that goes on between you and the audience. I mean, I really played with the people that came to see me, with my fans, and it was wonderful.
Yeah, I do love that. There's nothing like live performances, face it.
No.
And
my favorite live performance ever was in St. Louis, and there was a huge game. Mark McGuire broke the world record that day. I was there. I had taken my son to see the baseball game, and I had been to the club, but I didn't see it at night. When I got there, the club was so big that they had 7 stages, and they would put, they had little runways that went from stage to stage to stage. I had one show that there were 7,000 people at one show. I felt like fucking Mick Jagger. It was so cool, so cool.
The time I felt like Mick Jagger was when I was in Europe and doing live sex on stage.
He saw you?
No. When I felt like Mick Jagger.
Oh, I thought Mick Jagger came to see you fucking
in front of 2,000 people.
Yeah,
it's the most awesome thing in the world.
I don't think I could do that.
Yes, live boy-girl sex.
I don't think I could fuck live on.
And then that's the live girl sex with Shayla LaVeaux. That was pretty hot too.
Nice.
Love her.
Nice.
Oh my God. And so I'm going to talk to you about social media. So are you on any of the social media things like at all? I know that Ronnie farms out. He licenses out his Twitter, his Facebook, his MySpace, his name. So he doesn't do any of it.
Yeah, you know what? I don't Twitter. I don't tweet. I'm on MySpace. I'm on Facebook. I have a very full life, and I love my life, but I would love to keep up and let you know what I'm doing. But, you know, if I'm brushing my teeth or pooing, I really don't think it's necessary to tell you, oh, I just took a poo.
But you have a teenage child.
I have a teenage son.
Now how is he interfacing with the social media thing?
You know, my son is everywhere. You know, it's part of his generation. For me, I like people. I like one-on-one. I like, you know, or to meet people in groups like this, but I'm just not that girl.
So I have a question for you. As a parent, how do you teach your son about how to be safe on the internet?
I put blocks on it. Yeah, you know, because we haven't had that big conversation about my career yet. We will be having it.
I'm talking about what kids do, taking pictures of themselves and that kind of thing.
He's actually had several girls send pictures of their pussies. They're teenagers. I've called moms. I'm the porn star prude. I will call that mother.
They're not 18.
Exactly.
And it can follow you around the way that a Polaroid couldn't.
Yeah.
And it can go more. Polaroid does physically show the Polaroid, but this is just out.
No,
so
it goes to everybody.
Not about your career, but how do you talk to your son about this besides blocks? I mean,
we haven't had a big conversation about it yet. He's just now going to be going into high school, so before school starts in August, we're going to have the conversation. We're going to discuss my career, that it's not something that you want to talk about with your friends, it's nothing you share. This is a personal thing, and it's going to come up now that he's in high school. And so we're going to have the conversation about everything. So far, we've just had the use a condom conversation when you get to that point.
Who taught him how to use one? Did you do the banana trick? How did you handle that?
I'm leaving that up to my dad. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with that. And I would love to sit here and talk with you all night.
You have to go make money.
I actually know I have to be on stage for a panel.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Ginger Lynn. And is there GingerLynn.com?
GingerLynn.com. You can find me on Facebook, Ginger Lynn. You can find me on MySpace, Ginger Lynn. It's me.
And one last question.
Yes.
So this is Nina Hartley, SexWise. What does SexWise mean to you?
SexWise, I think when I hear the term, I think of being comfortable in your own skin sexually, being uninhibited, doing what you want to do, sharing it with your partner, and making good choices about what you do. I'm kind of old-fashioned. A lot of people, you should date and then you finally have sex. I think you meet the person you're with, you fuck right away. If you're not good at it, I'm gone. and then you build the relationship afterwards. Because if I wait and date you and 6 months later we finally have sex and you suck, I'm out of there. So
Wow, I totally hear you. Go do your panel. Thank you.
thank you, and I'll be around. So if you want me back, bring me back.
Hey, Ginger Lynn, GingerLynn.com, Nina Hartley, and SexWise.tv. See you soon.
Thank you. Yes. I would love to. And I'm sorry I had to finish.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we will be back live from Exxxotica Expo with Nina Hartley in just a few minutes.
You princess. Have you seen Billy Margold here tonight? Okay. You look so good. You look so good. You made my life so much better. Thank you so much. Go back and talk. Woo! Yeah. That's awesome.
I was thinking.
Shadow.
No.
What? That's weird.
It's almost like I'm giving a light.
Oh, it's because you changed the transparency. The opacity on the other one.
Oh yeah. Ooh, that looks alright.
That was nice. Just make it go between the colors. It's flashing.
Yeah, either of those interviews come over, and if not, 8:30 we're
So at 8:30 we got to start packing up, I think, so that you can do whatever you need to do the seminar, and that way after that's done, it's not back here and then pack everything up. But we're gonna have to, I should, damn it.
The seminar in a different building?
No, it's over in that corner there. But I know that's a big time-consuming thing. A lot of movie stuff you have to handle, and so I don't want you to have to be here until all hours.
Okay. Yeah, whatever.
Because I should have brought an extra. I didn't think to bring an extra clicker, so you could have gone into the garage. This way you might have been locked out. We obviously had to either coordinate. Hello, I'm Nina Hartley, back with SexWise at Exxxotica, LA, here in July 2010. And man, is it loud here. And I have with me a beautiful young lady. Tell us what your name?
My name's Sophia Lynn.
Sophia Lynn, thank you for being here. Now, I understand that you have a pretty interesting story. The very short version, you were out in, you were out, and now you're back. So what? Tell me about it.
You know what? I got in the business very green, very new. You see it all the time. You never really quite know what you're doing.
19 years old?
You know what? I was actually 20, and
young,
well, around about that time. Too young to know any difference, and too old to stay at home and be told no. So I had to learn the hard way, do everything on my own, go out, do everything wrong. Now I'm trying to do everything right.
How long were you away?
I've been away for about 2 years, actually.
Good for you. And can you share with us what you've been doing for the 2 years besides getting your act together?
I actually went into ministry and was working for a church and doing children's ministry. And it's the best thing I've ever done in my life. By far, it probably saved my life. I mean, you've seen all the horror stories in this industry, I'm sure.
You do.
But I'm in a lot better place. I own my own company now.
That's great. So what made it okay for you to say, you know what, I can go back now on my own terms? Because I know some people think, oh my gosh, how can you go from a children's ministry to adult? But people have lots of different sides to them, and we have sides. I like kids, I like being around kids, and I can do this. So, are you still a person of faith?
Yes.
So how do you reconcile the two? Because on the outside, people can say, oh my gosh, it can't possibly be Christian what you're doing, but for me, if we're each supposed to have a personal relationship to Jesus, it doesn't matter what the preacher says, it's about what Jesus and I have going on together. And so how does that work for you?
You know what? When I was at the church, I did a couple of interviews then, and they always asked me, what do you believe in? Do you think gay is wrong? And you know what? First and foremost, in the Bible, the biggest thing is it's not our place to judge. And only He is going to be able to tell me what's right or wrong. You know, the Bible is what we're supposed to, follow, and it's just rules, really. It's a how-to book of live your life. And it was written by man, so it's really about faith more than anything. I believe in it, but
So when people find out what you do, if they call you and say that what you're doing is adultery, what do you say to that?
I say that I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm strong. I'm doing great. I'm not where I was before.
Good.
I'm making the right choices. I live in Aspen.
Lucky girl.
I
my
am so
God.
lucky. You don't
oh my
even know.
gosh. My husband used to live there when he was like 19 years old, and he tells me stories about how beautiful. I've been there once. It's so lovely. Are you from Colorado?
I'm not actually. You know what? I grew up in Florida on a farm. Then I came out here. That's why that was probably why I kind of went a little. It got a contract right away too with Adam and Eve. So it was from like 0 to 60.
Yes.
I don't even think I'd ever had a professional photo taken. I'd never watched a porn a day in my life.
How did you find them? How did they find you? Oh my gosh.
I was doing mainstream modeling actually. Go figure.
I mean, you're tall and slim.
I actually wasn't as slim then though.
Yeah, but you're young and pretty. That's amazing because I used to work for Adam and Eve. I was never a contract girl. So I'm looking in the beginning, looking very strange for you because the contract player is the most protected player. You know where your next job is coming from. You don't have to go out there in the mix and compete. But it's still, if you're pretty inexperienced, a very weird way to make a living. It is not regular.
You know what? I was used to working a 9-to-5 job, and 2 of them at that. I mean, I worked 2 jobs since I was 14. Then I'm working 4 days a month, and I have a check. I've never had that kind of money. So
what do you do with your downtime?
Then that was you know what? And I still believe that's the devil's playground right there. And
idle hands.
And that was the problem. I'd never been to a Hollywood club. All of a sudden, I'm walking into these clubs, and I'm like, don't you know who I am? And now I'm like, I'm not anybody. What the heck was I thinking?
I still say, I never do that. My joke is, don't you know who I think I am?
I mean, I called myself a porn star the day that I shot, and now I'm like, you know what? I hear.
So what about the job do you like right now?
You know, I'm doing my own thing. I'm doing my own thing. I love it. I say yes to what I want to do, not to what I have to do.
That's a lovely thing.
I shoot with who I want to shoot. I'm shooting out in Aspen, and
have you ever thought about doing sex education for Christians?
you know what? I haven't, but now that you've mentioned it, I think that would be a great thing. I mean,
because marriage is hard. I don't care how much you love each other. I don't care how much God loves you. The day-to-day marriage is difficult. Once you get kids in the mix, it's very difficult. And their needs. And if you only had sex with one person your entire life, how much help can you really give somebody?
you know what? One of the biggest things that actually, and I don't mean to preach or anything, so don't get me started. I'm not preaching by any means. It actually says in the Bible that you're supposed to honor your husband before your children, meaning that you're supposed to be physically intimate whenever your husband wants. And women, women hear that nowadays. They're like, either the kids come first or they don't, obey. They hear obey and they're like,
I'm not so much into the obeying, but I do know monogamy is hard, and if you don't want your man to stray, you better make it fun for him to stay home. Handle it. You better make it, okay, it's hard enough to be monogamous, and to make it as easy and fun for him as possible. You know what? I gotta go home. I got something good waiting for me. I can't go to the bar with you. I can't go to the club with you. I got steak waiting for me at home.
you've got to actually put the effort into it. If you go home every night, you put your granny panties on, climb into bed by 8 o'clock, turn the TV on, and you sit there and eat, and that's all you're doing. You know what? There's 18-year-old girls out there that would love.
It goes both ways, though. Husbands have a responsibility, too, because I'll always give my husband oral sex. I never won't do it. But he also makes sure he stays nice for me. He dresses well. He's well groomed. He knows what I like. He strives to please me as well. So it's a gift we get to give each other. So it's not just all him to me, all me to him. I like sex. I want to enjoy it. And if he wants monogamy, he better make it fun for her to stay home.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I know I wouldn't be able to stay home.
If you put on his sweatpants with the holes in them and put on the stupid trucker hat and the ratty t-shirt.
Out in the sun, some little oil, the dirt on your face, muscles.
So are you seeing anybody right now?
I'm not.
Now, do you think if you find someone very important to you, would you then make a choice of marriage over the business if it came down to that choice?
I think that I might take a different turn if it was marriage, meaning that I might do a different side of the business. I'm not saying I would quit the business, but
agent or
I might take on somebody else and try and help them go through maybe the time that I went through.
You can certainly save people from I try my best to help young women out, but when you're 20, no one can tell you nothing.
That's why I said, I was too young to be told no, stay home. And I'm stubborn. I've always been stubborn.
Are you on terms with your family right now? Are you on terms with your family?
You know what? I am actually. I am. For the first couple of years, it was many sleepless nights over it, but I am actually. My family's great.
Cool.
They may not like what I do. As you know what, I'm a mother. I have a child. So I won't go into, too much about that, but I don't know as a mother how I would feel. So I can't blame them at all.
My mother did, but no one in my family liked it. They didn't understand it at all. I'm the youngest. I'm the baby of the family, and it took my mother 20 years to get over it. 20 years. But at least yours came around a little sooner. They don't like it, but they don't. They've accepted that I'm okay. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not hurting myself.
And
It's not a
that,
phase.
and that's
It's been
what they were.
26 years. It's not a phase.
I'm edging my way. I'm not there yet, but I'm almost there.
Having a grandbaby helps a lot.
You know,
A lot of sins are washed away when you come home with a beautiful baby.
I'm very blessed in my life. I have a great life. I've been very. Now that I'm back and I'm looking better than I've ever looked. I think I'm happy with my life. I'm content. I'm completely content for the first time in my life.
Great, congratulations. So do you have a website people can find you at?
I do. It's Sophia Lynn, XXX.com.
Are you on Twitter or Facebook?
And I am on Facebook and Twitter. It's The Real Sophia Lynn on Facebook.com. And then also Twitter, it is Sophia_Lynn.
And last but not least, my website, SexWise. So what does SexWise mean to you?
Ooh, SexWise.
Whatever you want. And there's no right or wrong answer. It's just what.
SexWise means to me. I would probably have to say that as long as you're in the know-how, that would be my SexWise, I guess.
Thank you, Sophia Lynn. Thank you so much. Welcome back.
Thank you, darling. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. So,
Sorry, I'm like, I've never.
that's a great. I don't want it. I have it.
Okay, what was that interview about? I couldn't hear it.
Was in business for like 20 to 22. Got out, did a children's ministry for a while. So they were the porno making